Hello, welcome. The stars shower their brightness on this tranquil and holy night, bringing with them the message of love, peace, and sacrifice to the earth. In this blessed light, we see the holy omnipresence of Jesus Christ. We should be able to proclaim the presence of the Son of God by our actions, not only on this night, but also in the days and nights to follow. Wishing each and every one a Christmas of love, peace, sacrifice, and tolerance. This holy night is the personification of the message of the Son of God and the amalgamation of goodness and humor in a bishop. Let us enter into the life of goodness of this multifaceted personality, the revered supreme head of the Chaldean Syrian Church in India, His Grace Dr. Aprem, Metropolitan.
Under the canopy of the deep blue skies and on the green carpet of the earth, this holy person, His Grace Dr. Aprem, is moving ahead, spreading the message of spirituality and charity. This is the exemplary lifestyle of His Grace, signifying the chemistry of sympathy, music, love and humor in his life as a member of the clergy for the past 4 decades. Aprem, humor, music and scholastic divinity. The headquarters of the Chaldean Syrian Church, not only of the Thrissur, but of the whole country itself, slowly rises from the deep slumber of a cold winter's night. For the past 38 years, this is where His Grace Dr. Aprem has sought his God-appointed duties. To build up wealth and happiness in health and thought, His Grace is in his regular morning perambulations. This 1 hour's walk from 5 to 6 is also utilized to chart out the day's program. This man of the cloth thinks deeply about bringing spirituality in the path of charity in a practical way to lead his people towards true love. By the time he finishes his bath, the bell rings for morning kurbana at the adjoining Martha Mariam Valiyapalli, the big church.
Kaddish, Kaddish, Kaddisha, Avun Dvasmaya, Damne Smaya Vara Rabbu Suha, Irenasa, Kain Lat Kaddish, Kaddish.
This man of God is fulfilling his life by blessing, consoling, and praying to the Almighty for the welfare of his parishioners. Offering prayers beside the tombs of dearly departed prelate luminaries of the church is a part of His Grace's daily ritual. The late Martin Metropolitan and other late prelates and senior members of the clergy are entombed here. By the time His Grace returned to the palace, the morning newspapers have arrived. It is not just a simple glance at the news. His Grace finds time for a detailed study of the important contents. This reading of the news ends with the humble call of his cook for breakfast. His Grace prefers simple food. By putting on the turban, His Grace prepares for his duties, which last till late evening, leaving instructions for things to be done in the palace and giving advice in the matter of visitors. His Grace is in his long journey of charitable work, which lasts till late evening, reaching out to the poor and needy and honestly doing God's work in consoling them. This prelate came into this holy life by his own choice. Born to Mr. Joseph Davis and Mrs. Mariam of the rich and famous Mookan family of Thrissur, as one amongst their 10 children, George chose the way of Christ at the tender age of 13. After graduating in theology and with a scholarship from World Council of Churches, he studied in England. Father did his post-graduation in New York. While in New York, Aprem was influenced by the writing of Martin Luther King and Mahatma Gandhi. He was ordained a priest in 1965 and followed his chosen path. As of now, His Grace Dr. Aprem is the third senior most in the world amongst the prelates in the Holy Apostolic Catholic Church of the East.
My family had a very close relationship with the church. My mother used to bring us to this Aramana to meet His Grace Mar Abimelech Timotheos, the Metropolitan who built this palace, and was at that time residing here to receive his blessings. His Grace, although originally from Turkey, had a working knowledge of Malayalam. My close relationship with His Grace Mar Abimelech at that time, which later continued with His Grace Martha Dharmo, whose appeal during my high school days for more laymen to become priests, influenced me greatly, and at the age of 13, I decided to dedicate my life to priesthood in the service of our Lord Jesus Christ. Therefore, I studied Aramaic during my holidays. After completing first group of my intermediate examination, passing that exam, I started my theological studies. That is how I became a person of the cloth. I was fully aware of the path of sacrifice. I had chosen not. My thought on this matter was that bearing the burden was a source of happiness. This was God's blessing. My experience in life is that the more one sacrifices, the more one is abundantly blessed. As a deacon and as a priest, I used to go by bicycle daily and visit homes of the parishioners. I was 3 months past 28th birthday when I was ordained a bishop in Baghdad and later as an archbishop. When I came back to Thrissur, although many people advised me that it was better to enjoy the position and ceremony and sit back and relax on the throne, I was well aware that I had chosen the path of sacrifice, and I have tried for all these years to go to the people and work for them.
This bishop, who used his love for others more than that with which God has blessed him, gives that more priority for service to his fellow beings. The orphanage, which was built by his mother Mariam in 1962, is presently being managed by the church. Bishop Aprem spread love, encouragement and enthusiasm among the children of this orphanage, from where through the years thousands of children had taken refuge and gone on to make a decent living.
ഇപ്പോഴും എല്ലായ്പ്പോഴും ഉണ്ടായിരിക്കുമാറാകട്ടെ. ആമേൻ.
It is not the young alone. The Church of the East has also taken up the task of looking after the elderly who are neglected by society without any difference in caste or creed. It is here that the elderly are guided to enjoy the eve of their lives. Bishop Aprem finds time once a week to inquire the welfare of the inhabitants. Medical aid, humanitarian considerations and love for society are all part of these enterprises.
I mentioned charitable work because my mother was very much interested in this work. My mother used to say, I have 10 children, all of them are well placed in life, some are in England and some are in America. I decided I must work for the uplift of the poor, for which I gave my own land to start an orphanage in memory of the late Metropolitan Mar Abimelech Timotheos, the prelate who built this Aramana. This influenced me greatly to follow her footsteps. From the time of my arrival here as a bishop and till date, I have been the patron of this orphanage. More than 1,000 children have studied here and left after getting jobs. I get great satisfaction when some of these children who are working abroad remember this institution on their return. There should be work of the church as well as divinity. Although there are many Christians and Muslims in the orphanage, Hindus are the majority. Therefore, I enjoy my work there. I am always at the forefront of organizations working for the prohibition of alcohol. I have taken it up as a part of my ecclesiastical duties. A hospital, Timotheus Charitable Hospital, some say that a hospital is a business making huge profits. No, this is a venture of sacrifice and loss. The church helps this hospital with a monthly subsidy of rupees 50,000. For a small church like ours, or a 600,000 rupees a year is too much and a difficult matter. In that way, secularism is a big aim in my life. When I go for the Narayana Guru functions, or when I attend the birthday celebrations of Muhammad Nabi, people ask whether my work is with the church or elsewhere. Work for the church is a must which the priest handles, while other duties like those mentioned earlier will be my portfolio as a bishop. I have been greatly influenced by Mother Teresa and interacted with her when she visited Trishur. People like Mother Teresa have willingly sacrificed their lives for others. I have likewise enjoyed the opportunities given to me to work for the society without sitting back and saying I am a priest or I am a bishop.